What up, guys? This is my first episode of my podcast. You heard it, rebranding to a podcast. I figured since I was almost 30 that a podcast might not be a bad idea. So I got like 3 or 4 questions together. They're all transgender related. As y'all know, I'm transgender. I live stealth though, so it's like undercover trans. My therapist said that one time. She's like, because you work in a factory and warehousing, so you hear all this stuff people say, and you're like undercover. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use that. That's pretty cool. I like that. So, the first question I have is, what's the difference between gender identity and your biological sex? Gender identity is a social construct, while your biological sex is obviously what's between your legs. But to simplify that even more, who you go to bed as and who you go to bed with are two completely different things. Like for me, I go to bed as a man and I go to bed with my girlfriend. So, straight man, I'm in a, you know, heterosexual relationship with a woman who is cis. She was born a woman, is a woman. Yeah, so it's just one way to look at it. Is being transgender a choice? No, being transgender isn't a choice. Transitioning, 100% a choice. And that's the only thing I would say is a choice about it. There's some people that can't transition for medical reasons, but trans people transition, and that's what I'm going to say about that. Um, when did I know personally I was trans? I know ever since I was little, but mind you, I was born in 1996, so it's not like it was this common thing like it is today. I would have had no clue what it was. I just can remember certain instances where, like, at recess, they'd line us up, boys and girls, and I'd always go on the boys' side. Or in fourth grade, they let us pick how we wanted our classroom, and half the girls went on one side, all the girls went on one side, all the other boys went on the other side, so it was split in half, boys and girls, and I was the only girl that went to the boys' side. So just stuff like that. Only girl that insisted on playing Little League Baseball instead of softball. Just little things like that were just like clues, but also it was way more than that. I always liked women. I just did not like men or boys at that time. So it was hard. Because I came from a very religious household, so I didn't want to be gay because that's a sin, and obviously being transgender would have been 10 times worse than that at that time. So it was something that I kind of kept to myself. And then when I got older and could use the internet, I would get on Tumblr, and I actually stumbled upon a post explaining what transgender was in 2011, and I came out that night because I was like, yep, that's literally what I've been dealing with my whole entire life. Um Another question I came up with is, why are pronouns so important? And genuinely, it's a respect thing. Like, I don't think it's necessarily like a major hurdle per se, but it's all about respect. Like, if some guy's name is Richard and he doesn't like being called Dick, you're not gonna just call him Dick all the time. It's just disrespectful. So that's a pronoun thing. It's just a respect aspect. It's not like it's the end of the world. It's just like you're disrespectful. What does transitioning actually mean? And it means aligning your physical body to match how you feel on the inside. Yeah, so with surgery, with, other types of gender care, like going to the gym, supplements for guys. I don't know. There's all kinds of, self-care that you could align with that. But also, not only that, it's like changing your identity, like your ID cards, your social security card, your birth certificate, everything like that to align with your gender identity. So I've had everything changed. Social security card, I've had all the surgeries, I've had my birth certificate's male. So it's definitely all. My name's always been Jamie too. I just want to throw that out there. So another misconception is like, aren't you just a tomboy or like a feminine man, like a guy with facial hair? You could be anything you want to be in the world. Like, I am more masculine presenting. I do more masculine activities like hunting, fishing, like I go to the gym all the time. But that's not to say some other trans guy wouldn't like painting his nails and doing his makeup, and it's just like other guys or other women. Like, everybody has different things that they like, different hobbies and different perceptions of the world in general. So yeah, it's whoever you want to be. Me personally, no, I'm not like a feminine guy, but you can be whatever you want to be. Is it a mental illness? It's not classified as one. It's gender dysphoria is what most transgender people have on their paperwork, and it's like their medical records, paperwork, medical records, and yeah, anyone can have it though. You don't have to necessarily be transgender to have gender dysphoria. But I would say more than anything, it's a distress, not a mental health disorder. But that's basically what I had, because like I said, I want to make it short. I just wanted to give a couple questions. That's probably more than 4, but whatever. So that's just a little bit. I can obviously get more into that if you guys want to hear more about that. Like I said, it's just my opinion. Everyone's gonna have their own aspect in life, no matter what it is. Perspective, it does matter. But so you might talk to me and you might talk to some other trans guy, and we might have 2 completely different opinions on it, because it's life. But that's the first one I wanted to get into. If you guys like it, let me know. If you have anything else you want to hear, if you want to hear more about that, have any questions you want to ask me, let me know. But thank you for watching my little test run. Later.